In the next few minutes, I'm going to be showing all of you guys how I literally made $171,000 from one single client in the first 120 days I worked with them as an RSP. If you don't know what an RSP is, it's literally just a revenue systems partner. I'm going to be breaking it all down in this video, explaining literally everything from A to Z, how I was able to do this, and how I literally built a 7-figure business in 12 months with no prior business experience, literally just sales experience. So if you stumbled across this video, congrats, you're about to get a shit ton of free value in the next however long this is. So lock in, pay attention, and take it and apply it because it literally changed my life. But like I said, I made $171,000 in the first 120 days working with a new client. Right here, all the payouts, just so you can really understand that I'm not bullshitting you. If you want to pause the video, add all these totals up for the first 4 months, it's literally $170,000. But why this video is important to you, why you're going to want to watch this, why you're going to want to lock in is because all of you guys watching this can literally do the exact same thing that I am about to share with you guys. Literally, I am no different than you. In fact, for most of you guys, I'm probably less qualified to actually be successful in this model, right? Like, this model is not one of those that I'm going to sit here and say it's the easiest thing in the world, but at the same time, it is because I did it with absolutely zero business experience and only sales experience. And somehow with my first client, absolutely crushed it. But a little bit of background on me. Who am I? My name is Grant Garcia. I'm 21 years old. Literally like a year and 8 months ago, I was in a frat house in December of 2024. I took $3,000. I invested it into a sales mentorship where I started high ticket sales pretty much. I was a setter. I was a closer. And when I was closing, I hit consecutive $20,000 months in commission, was a top performer on a top offer in the info space, but quickly saw the writing on the wall, realized, hey, I wasn't going to make as much money as I wanted, so I left, right? And when I left, I found this new thing called being an RSP, which I kind of created, but it's literally just where you partner with people that sell info online and help them make more money through simple processes that I kind of designed. But I landed this first ever client by complete fluke. I literally just sent a DM to somebody on Instagram and I was like, yo, bro, I think I could maybe help you with your sales. We got on a sales call. Sure enough, the next day I had a business and I was sitting here leveraging things that I had no idea I was doing. Boom, he was closed. I landed my first ever client. He paid me $9,600 my first ever month working with him. And keep in mind, I had no clue what I was doing. Like I literally just took the things I thought I knew from sales and being on an offer, applied it, and boom, I was starting to make money. So I was hooked. Right, my third ever client, not my first, my third ever client, I scaled from 32,000 to 396,000 in 30 days. So I completely 10x'd his income or 10x'd his revenue for that business that I partnered with. And I took home $45,000 from one single deal for 30 days of my work, literally after only being in this new RSP model for 90 days, never having training, literally just figuring it out in the trenches on my own. Now I built Monetizer from scratch. And since I landed that first ever client by fluke to now, which has only been 12 months, I've scaled to 7 figures in 2025. Monetizer will do 7 figures in revenue. And I started this by fluke, never working with more than 5 clients at a time because this model is super, super high leverage. But just so you guys can kind of get an idea, this is me when I was the frat kid, a fucking idiot. And obviously this is me now, which, you know, maybe I look cool, maybe I don't, but this is me with actually one of my clients that I signed as an RSP. But that's a little bit about me. And I want you guys to understand, if I'm a dumb ex-fraternity kid, you guys can do this too. You guys can all make this happen as well. And I am definitely not special. In fact, I'm less qualified, like I said, than most of you guys. So really, really pay attention here because this model changed my life. Now, what do I do? What is an RSP? And an RSP, like I said, is a revenue systems partner. And what we do is we literally just find creators, right? Find people that post content, find people that are in a certain niche, whether it be trading, e-com, all these different niches, sell info products online. We partner with them and help them sell more high ticket deals, right? All these creators, all these people that post content, they post content for a reason. Newsflash. They don't post content just for fun. They post content to make money. And oftentimes when they're posting content, they're posting in order to sell something. But these guys are often experts in content or whatever niche they're in, but they're not actually an expert in sales and marketing. And that's kind of where I saw the writing on the wall. Hey, I like to think that I was good at sales and marketing. These guys don't actually know what they're doing. So the things that they were doing stuck out like a sore thumb to me. And I quickly saw like, hey, there's a huge gap here that I can actually help them with. So that's what we do. We literally just help these creators sell more high ticket deals for their info products or whatever product they're pushing, charge them a setup fee plus a rev share. So maybe we charge them 5 to 10K up front and then charge them on performance basis. So like 10% of all sales that you generate, and implement sales and marketing processes to actually help them sell more and get paid, see money. That's literally it. Simply put, it sounds complicated. It's really not. Keep in mind, I did it with absolutely zero guidance, literally just taking things I knew from being a closer, and I made it happen my very first month. So that's pretty much what we do. And by the way, this online education space is booming. Like, it's literally a $185 billion industry. There's still so many people that don't treat it like a real business. I don't know why. They're a bunch of idiots. There is so much money here, like so much money in this education. And so that's kind of why I saw the writing on the wall and knew I had to jump in. So that's what we do as RSPs. We find creators, we partner with them, we help them sell more high ticket, we charge them, we implement sales and marketing processes that I've mastered, and we make money. Simply put, that's it. But how you can actually find goldmine opportunities as an RSP, how you can actually find these creators that actually have high upside, actually have the potential to pay you $171,000 for only 120 days of work, is by this simple niche template. And this is the exact template that I use when I'm trying to find people to partner with, because you can partner with the wrong people and make no money. So you don't want to do that. You want to stay clear of that. And you only want to partner with good people, because good people pay you good money. So first and foremost, when you're looking for creators, you're only going to want to go after creators that have minimum 10,000 to 60,000 followers on Instagram or any social platform, because if they don't have that much, they're not going to actually have lead flow. They're not going to have traction, and you're not going to be able to really monetize that audience, right? They don't have a big following, meaning they don't have leads coming in. We can't make money. They can't make money. It's kind of just like a dead end business there. So you want to find creators that have 10 to 60K followers minimum. And ideally, the niches that I capitalize on with my business and what made me so successful is I found these 4 niches, kind of 3, but broad niches that actually genuinely print, right? And why is because the first niche is trading, right? That one client that paid me $171,000, he was a trading influencer. He taught people how to trade Forex. And the reason that this one works so well is because there's a high perceived value. When people pay for a trading mentorship, when people see a trader, they know that, hey, you make a shit ton of money, right? So they're more willing to pay. So I knew there was a big market demand. And most of these traders, they don't know anything about sales and marketing. So it was a win-win. Hey, if I know sales and marketing and they have a good product that people actually want, boom, I can partner with them. Second thing is just all make money offers. Anyone that's a creator that sells any type of make money offer is a great client, right? Because people see a direct return on investment when paying their high ticket programs, right? They're very easy to sell, right? And there's an unlimited market demand. Like, everybody wants to make more money. And there's a lot of just basic make money offers that people don't even have to really know about. And if you put it in front of them in the right way, they'll buy it, right? It's that simple. Another big niche that I've made a lot of money on is e-com, and then real estate. Like, these are my 3 favorite niches to partner with in terms of finding creators as RSPs. But in kind of a whole nutshell, anyone that's a creator that sells a make money offer or make money info product, meaning trading, e-com, real estate, anything like that, like, that's a great client. Okay. And the way you find these clients is literally just by going on Instagram, going on YouTube, going on TikTok, and just searching coach, or just searching the niche word on Instagram. So if I wanted to find a trader, literally just search trader or trading, and all these people that sell info products will pop up on your Instagram. And those are literally just all your clients. That's your leads. Like, that's literally all you have to do to find these guys and prospect them, to actually start to land them, get in front of them, and try and close them as a partner, right? But that's all you got to do. Go to your Instagram. If you're watching this right now, literally just practice it. Pause the video and practice it. Search up trading, e-com, real estate, or coach in general, and start to kind of find these good clients. But these are gold mine clients, right? These niches are all gold mine. On the flip side, there's poverty niches, and there's niches you want to stay away from because you won't actually make money. There's no upside. Now, I know this for a fact because I've gotten burned. When I first got into this model, I was trying to sign all these clients, and I didn't actually know which was a good client versus which was a bad client. Poverty niches are shit clients. You won't make a lot of money. There's no real upside, and you'll just end up wasting a lot of time. What I mean by poverty niches is they're not really make money, right? There's no direct correlation to a return on investment when people see their product. And they're just kind of these like weird offers, right? Like a dating info product. Sure, you could maybe make money, but not many people are going to pay for dating online coaching for $5,000, right? Breath work, it's just kind of weird. There's not a direct like correlation to the value that people are going to get. This guy's going to, you're going to pay someone $5,000 and they're just going to teach you how to take deep breaths. Like, people aren't going to necessarily buy that, right? So there's no real market demand. Fitness, right? This one's kind of controversial. I don't really like working with fitness clients just because it isn't to make money and it is harder to sell. Asking someone to pay $5K for their health, people don't view their health, right, of that much value, even though they should. They're not willing to invest that much money into their health. They won't even invest $250 into a gym membership monthly. So I stay away from that niche. And then any type of woo-woo offer, right? Any type of offer where there's no product market fit and they're kind of just like inventing this weird niche. The audience is often just lost, broke, and none of these will really make you a lot of money as compared to these, right? So remember that, right? Screenshot this. If you're outreaching, if you're trying to find a client as an RSP, stay away from these, right? Just please take my word for it. I've gotten burnt by it. But after you know what a good client is versus a bad client, that's the step one, right? Now, literally all you have to do, right? I've already showed you how to find a big list of creators online. You just have to craft an impossible offer that's hard to deny, right? Craft an impossible to deny offer, right? Something that one of these coaches see and they literally can't say no to, right? This will help you get your foot in the door. So an example of this is literally just, I will 2x the amount you are currently cash collecting and increase your show rate by 30%. If a business owner or one of these creators sees that and they're currently struggling with collecting cash or their show rate's horrible, boom, you've got their attention, right? So that's what I mean when I say craft a no-brainer offer. That's super simple. I mean, AI can give you that. I can give you that. This is one right here, right? If you guys want a no-brainer offer, take this and start getting in front of people with this exact statement. This is a no-brainer offer. And this is actually something that I use to close people as RSPs. So that's a no-brainer. Next, what you're going to want to do is taking what I just told you about what a good client is in this model, right? You're going to want to find 30 of your dream clients, right? This is important. You don't just want to go find 200 of them, right? Because you actually have any focused attention. You want to try and find 30 of your dream clients, put them on a list, put them in front of you, put them on a wall, whatever it might be. And remember these clients, right? Because these are the 30 that we're going to strategically outreach to. Now, finding clients in this model isn't just about spraying and praying, right? You want to be strategic. You want to be surgical when you're actually doing outreach. So we only want to really focus on hammering these people. And that's why we only focus on 30 of them. So find 30 of them, go to Instagram, search coach, search whatever niche, write them down. Keep in mind all the things that I told you about what an actual good client is in this model, right? Find 30 of them. Now we want to actually start outreach, right? I can't go super in depth on outreach here. I'm going to make more videos about it. Of course, I teach all my students how to outreach and close clients like I do. Super, super easy. You can play templates. But the overall moral of it is you literally just want to DM them, email them, hit up sales reps on their team that you know are already on their offer. So you have a direct, foot in the door to them, right? Directly. Anything that can get you in front of them. And you want to do this as much as possible. Get super creative, right? Some of these creators literally have a book call link in their bio. Book a call with them. Even if they charge you $100, book a call with them, right? And that's how you get in front of them. That's it. Get creative, right? Don't just be a normal guy that just spams a bunch of outreach, right? That's a guaranteed way to get 0 clients. Get creative, send funny messages, sound like a human, and that's it. Hammer those list of 30 clients that you just made until they respond. That's it. Now, of course, I go way more in depth on outreach on how I actually close clients, but this isn't actually the hard part. This is very, very easy. And if you go about it in the right way, you will never have an issue with actually landing clients. So you're going to want to do that. Next, you're going to literally just book a sales call with these creators. And this is when it's game on, right? Sales calls booked, right? You have your first sales call booked. Now, keep in mind, you didn't have to go and create some crazy software or build some AI chatbot that does this crazy things. All you had to do was literally just learn what a good client is in this model versus what a bad client is, right? Take the things that I just told you, create a list of 30 clients, right? Outreach them, get on a sales call, and boom, we're already kind of like operating as a business. And this is exactly what I realized when I landed my first client by fluke. It's very easy, right? And so once the sales call is booked, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to craft your offer, meaning when you get on a sales call, you have to have something that you're actually going to tell them that you're going to provide, right? And so you need to craft your offer and come up with exactly what you want to help them with, right? When I first started with my first client, I literally just offered to optimize his landing page, right? Implement a sales team that was actually trained by me, right? Because he didn't have that. And even if he did, I told him they weren't trained, right? So then boom, I have his interest. Build out sales processes through Slack, Close, Zapier, and manage the whole operation. By the way, if you don't know how to manage and build sales processes, it's very, very simple. This is actually the easiest part. Super, super simple. And when pitching this as a beginner, all you need to do is shoot for 3 to 5K setup fee plus 10 to 20% of rev share, right? And this probably sounds scary, but all of you guys, or at least some of you guys that are watching this, already close deals. If you're a high ticket closer right now, you already close 5K deals, just not for yourself, right? This is actually easier because you're speaking to people that aren't just dumb. They have a higher IQ. And if you can position yourself on this call the right way, they see the direct value, right? If you go to someone and you say, hey, your sales team isn't trained, you're losing out on this many deals, I'll bring you a sales team that's actually trained, and you'll start converting 2x the current cash that you're doing. Boom, you have their attention. They're going to close. They're going to do whatever the fuck you want, right? Because they know you know what you're talking about, right? So this sounds hard, but it's actually so easy. And of course, I'll make more content about showing you exactly how to handle these sales calls and actually close them. But that's pretty much what you'll do. You need to craft your offer, what you're actually going to deliver. You can literally pitch them on 2K for a scripted VSL and put it on a landing page, and that's it, right? Use AI to script it. It's super, super easy, right? As long as you deliver it in the right way, they're going to bite. So that's what you'll need to do next. And on the sales call, important to note, all you have to do is literally just sound confident, leverage things you have done, even if it doesn't directly correlate. Come prepared, right, with a pitch deck or a visual, and boom, you have your first client. This is literally how I landed mine. Like I told you, I didn't know anything, right? I just got on the sales call. I told him this is what I'll do for you. I sounded confident. I built him a little cool pitch deck looking thing, and boom, we were signing agreements, and that was my first ever client. Now, once you sign your client, it's game on, right? Because this is the part where you actually can start to make stupid money. Now, if you would have told me 12 months ago, I would have had a single client that paid me $171,000 for 120 days of work, I would have laughed and I would have never believed you because I was a sales rep, right? That wasn't possible. That wasn't something I could actually fathom, right? So once you land your client, it's game on, right? Now you got to onboard your client, right? You have this new client. You told them you were going to help them with sales and marketing. You're going to make them more money. You close them on 3 to 5K plus a rev share. Boom, you have a game, right? So first thing you're going to do when you're onboarding a client, right, is you're going to want to get info about the client, about their current program, the product they're selling, their current sales process, if they have any in play, access to whatever tech stacks they're currently using, if they have a CRM, if they don't, they use Slack, if they don't, whatever, access to every single thing that they use in terms of tech, etc. Get all this information, jot it down, put it in a Notion, and stay organized. So that's step one. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to actually want to build the sales funnel, right? We told them we're going to help them with sales and marketing. Now, everything sales and marketing starts with a good funnel. So, of course, you guys might know what a funnel is. You guys might not know how to build a funnel. That's what I teach my students inside the reserve. So I make it super, super easy. The crazy thing about building funnels is it's so easy. And once you kind of have the formula on how to do it, there's 2 separate funnels that I use for my clients, and they're literally just plug and play. So if I sign a new client, I literally can have a funnel built in 30 minutes to 40 minutes. This is super, super easy. And it's literally plug and play for every single client. So you don't have to sit there and reinvent the wheel. You kind of just look at their audience. Okay, this one will probably work better than the other. And it's literally just choosing between 2. And then you just implement the instructions and build it. And that's it, right? But a funnel is pretty much just a way to grab leads and can actually convert them on the sales side, like I said here. But like I said, so easy. Takes me 30 minutes when I get a new client, whatever. Now, after you have the funnel built out, after you have all their tech stack information, right, you're literally just going to hire a sales team, onboard them onto an offer to actually start selling for their creators so you don't have to, right? So we're going to hire a sales team. There's endless amounts of sales reps. I give my students inside the reserve sales reps to actually hire from so they're actually good so they can make more money. But that's all you're going to do. Hire a sales team, train them. You guys probably have some type of sales experience if you're watching this. And if you don't, right, I teach how to manage it. But you'll just hire them, right? That way they can actually start selling. Boom, you have the funnel, you have the sales team. You're pretty much ready to roll, right? You're ready to start making money. You launch your new funnel that you built onto all the creators' traffic sources, IG, YouTube, TikTok, etc., with basic call to actions that we can help you with copy to actually do to get leads, to drive attention, and to drive these conversions to apply, right? Because at the end of the day, we told them, hey, we were going to make you more money, right? And if you have a good sales process and you have a good funnel, which I hope you guys do, that's super, super easy to do, right? You'll easily make them more money because most of these guys don't know what they're doing. So we're going to want to build a bunch of leads up, boom, bunch of leads, train and manage the sales team to close, and make money. That's it. Get paid on autopilot for literally every single deal that closes just because you set everything up. That's literally it. Get paid on autopilot for every deal that closes just because you set everything up. All you did was set up a funnel, hire a setter, hire a closer, train and manage them. Boom. And you're getting paid. Now, as easy as that sounds, that's literally the exact thing that I did to actually get paid $171,000 for 120 days of work from one single client. Believe me, don't believe me. I swear to God, that is exactly what I did. Why this is a money glitch for you is because I want you to understand, if you scale one client to 100K per month on a 15% rev share, this is genuinely so easy to do with the systems I run. You'll get paid $15,000 per month from one single client. Now, after you've done that once, right, because we're on a 15% rev share, you scale them to 100K, 15,000, right? All you have to do is literally just land one more client, replicate the same launch system that I give you, and voila, you're at 30K a month from just 2 clients. 30K per month, 2 clients, that's it. Literally using the same plug and play systems, and that is it. 30K a month, living a great life, chilling, relaxing, not taking sales calls, and everything like that, right? And I want you to understand, I did this with zero guidance and literally just applied what I thought I knew from being a sales rep, and it worked. So if I can do this with zero guidance, if I can make this happen, kind of just figuring something out in only 12 months, keep in mind, I've only been doing this for 12 months. I promise you, you can make this happen too. And it's so easy. And if you don't jump on this opportunity, you're literally just going to continue doing whatever you're doing. And it's not as high leverage as this. I can guarantee it, right? There's 2 things in the online internet money space that are high leverage, and it's selling info, and it's actually helping people sell more info. And if you're not doing anything like that, by selling info, I mean actually being the person that owns the business, not a sales rep. If you're not doing either of those 2, if you're not consulting and helping them, or you're not actually the one owning the info business, you're definitely not in the highest leverage vehicle that you could be in, and you need to jump ship and get into it. Because once I did, I started my business Monetizer that now does 7 figures in revenue, and the rest is history. So this is how I made $171,000 in 120 days from one single client. And I want you to understand that is not that far off from all of you guys watching this, whether you know what this is, whether you don't, whether this is the first thing you watched, you guys are all super capable of hitting super, super similar results just like that. And I help students inside of my reserve do the exact same thing time and time again by giving them my plug and play replicable systems, right? And they replicate it and they make money. So if this sounds like something you're interested even at all, right? And you want to just hear a little bit more about what this might be, right? I'm going to put a link down in the description. I want you to click the link. I want you to fill out an application, watch that full video. It'll give you a better understanding. And, if it's something that clicks with you, cool, book a call and, we'll see if anything aligns. We'll see if we can actually bridge the gap for you and get you into this high leverage vehicle called being an RSP and make some money. Cheers.